itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man to go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, given to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
Touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I won't always smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get mad. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Eric Malcolm.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got
touch my flag, well, she would. On my mama, on my hood.
He's all right.
All right, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning in once again to the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur TV show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your Sunday Vitamins. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live, okay? Don't forget to make sure you double check to make sure you're still subscribed because people mysteriously become unsubscribed. Desmond says that was the Kentucky Derby in the hood. I know, right? Thank you for your contribution, beloved. Peace, love, and blessings. All right, so let's get into it. Everyone hit the like button. Please like and share. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thank you in advance. And as per usual, if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know what to do. All right, Pearly is here. Truth No TV. Dervis in the house. 504 NOLA. H-Town to Cali. Darnell, Queen Amoni Huey said the Queen is working hard. We appreciate you, Queen. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. Okay, Christopher, December White, Nessie X, T of Yah. Okay, so let's get into it, Cherokee and Dale. Everyone, please get the likes up. And I want to thank those of you who contribute to the Cash App, okay? And your donations to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings. Thank you for appreciating all of my hard work. Now, with that all being said, hey, Alberta, I love you right black, okay? All hell no is in the house. Truzno said, did you see Diddy's fake ace apology? Yes, we just talked about it on the other channel, beloved. We were talking about all things Diddy on the other channel this morning. So if you missed it, please check it out. All right, so let's talk about it. Okay, because what we know, I reported this story to you about the U.S. Airman. I showed you the body cam footage of how the officer knocked on his door and then stepped away from the peephole. Okay, at the end of the day, at first I thought I didn't even notice the peephole. I think I looked away for a second, but come to find out, he actually stepped away from the peephole. Why would he do that if he was announcing himself as an officer and wanted the young man to know who he was? But I told you all. I want you all to pay attention because I pointed out to you all that the police were not being completely honest when they said that they were at the right apartment. Okay? That's not true. I told you all, if you paid attention to when the woman was telling the officer the direction or pointing out the apartment, that the officer asked her something along the lines of, are they fighting or arguing or what? He said they. Which means that he thought there was an altercation between more than one person. With that all being said, there was no one in the airman's office, Mr. Roger Fortson's apartment. There was no one in there but him. There was no they. So he clearly was at the wrong apartment. It's what I told you. But now Attorney Benjamin Crump has proof that they were in fact at the wrong apartment. Okay, so let's get into it. Nessie X said she said the same thing. Okay, so let's talk about it. Likes up. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. I'm going to show a little excerpt from his funeral services. And again, condolences to his family, friends, and loved ones. And also to the U.S. Air Force, because they spent, I'm sure, a significant amount of money training this young man to become who he was. And at the age of 23, he was a senior airman. So that means he was very good at his job. Okay. And I know they're going to be impacted by this, and they spoke out also. Okay. So let's go ahead and get this up on the screen. Lights up. Everyone, please like and share.
Yes. And then when I asked if raising prices technically violates those onerous 2-year contracts, they said, "What the f are you talking about, you insane Hollywood ass? Do you know how big their legal department is, face?" So to recap.
Today, funeral services were held for Senior Airman Roger Fortson. He was stationed at Hurlburt Field. He was shot and killed in his apartment by an Okaloosa County deputy on May 3rd. Fortson's family, a lot of friends, and many other loved ones held a service at New Birth Missionary Baptist Church in Stonecrest, Georgia today. Fortson's Air Force commander and many of the 1st Special Operations Wing that he served with at Hurlburt Field were there to pay their respects.
For us, Senior Airman Fortson had 3 amazing traits: the airman, the man, and his legacy. Senior Airman Fortson lived the Air Force core values: service, integrity, excellence, not because of anything we taught him, but because of you. He was living those values before we met him because of how you raised him. We would love to take credit for making him great, but the truth is he was great before he came to us. The Air Force, we merely polished a diamond that you forged.
He was a decorated combat veteran who served as an AC-130 Ghost Rider gunner with the 1st Special Operations Wing at Hurlburt Field. At Chester Pruitt Park in Fort Walton Beach overflowed today. Look at that, hundreds of people, thousands more like it perhaps, showing their support and solidarity for Senior Airman Roger Fortson. WEAR's Yona Gavino is live in the studio now, and Yona, the event hosted by the NAACP Okaloosa County branch.
Yeah, that's right, Bob. And emotions are still running high for many tonight as civil rights groups and Fortson's family wait for justice. But in Okaloosa County, hundreds, up to 1,000 people, in my eyes, were there crowding, sharing that sense of pain.
Gray skies were illuminated by the light of hundreds of phones. Surrounded by candlelight, heavy hearts offered prayers up.
Even though he was an airman, that he was a part of this community.
Sabu Williams led hundreds of community members, faith leaders, and service members in an afternoon of remembrance for Roger Fortson. The airman was shot and killed earlier this month by an Okaloosa County deputy.
Today was the final homegoing for Airman Fortson. This is our way in Okaloosa County, in this area, to show our solidarity in that homegoing service.
To bring some love in here today.
There was music.
Look around today. You can see he left an impressive footprint. That's why you are here.
And heartfelt messages from speakers that included Fort Walton Beach Police.
And you look at the cloud, because there is a cloud over our community. And then you look at the rain that has fallen on us tonight. Those may be the tears from heaven that are coming down on us. But the rain also stopped. And the rain has given us a chance today to come in this time of remembrance, in this time of gathering, and in this time of unity to come together and remember and honor the memory of Senior Airman Roger Fortson.
Through the shared pain, there is a sense of sadness that an all too familiar tragedy has taken another Black life.
People say that Senior Airman Fortson is our George Floyd.
All right, hold on, beloveds. I'm about to pull up the next thing, so I'm leaving that on the screen. Now, I had to stop it right there because of the music in the background, okay? So lights up, everyone, please like and share. Now, let's get into the press conference where Ben Crump gives the update. Okay, here we go.
His good name. I know Dr. Bryant, my mother always tells me, a good name is worth more than silver and gold. That's biblical. Roger had a good name. He was a good young man, had the brightest of futures. And so we start with addressing what his mother believes is this narrative to stain his reputation. And I'm sure she's going to speak on that herself very directly to you all. But the transcript, if we could put it up, because you saw the video, but it's important that you see the words. And we have them, Dr. Bryant has them on all of the facilities, and we're going to hand them out to you. But the parts that are germane, it starts, the body cam time stamp is now visible on the video, and it starts at 16 hours, 28 minutes, 45 seconds when they have the interaction with the woman who we believe is with the leasing office of the apartment. The deputy walks outside to meet the woman in the parking lot. The deputy says, "Are they fighting or something?" The woman says, she was saying that it happens frequently. The deputy says, okay. The woman says, but this time it sounded like it was getting out of hand. The deputy at 16:29.09 seconds says, okay, which door? I paused there for emphasis because her response is, I'm not sure. She continues on. 2 weeks ago, I was walking by their apartment, basically on this side, and I was hearing someone yell, like, shut the F up, and you stupid B word, and all this other stuff. And I heard a slap, like right after that. But I wasn't sure, second time, where it came from. The deputy says, okay. And the woman says, and I didn't want to call the police. The deputy then says, which room is it? And now this third time, she says, 1401. The deputy says 1401, okay. The woman again affirms 1401. But the girl sounded scared. The one that called, she said she was like, it's getting out of hand. It sounds like it's getting really out of hand. And so that obviously points out a lot about how they got to 1401. And so he got on the elevator. The deputy said, so just hit number 4, huh? And the woman says, yeah. The deputy says, okay. He asked, will you do me a favor? Will you stand out there and direct the deputy that's coming through this area? Woman says, okay, it's like you're going to go up to the 4th and it's going to be on this side. Deputy says, got you. Deputy says, got you. Then the deputy says, 312-111. Deputy radio call again, 312-111. The deputy goes to door E1401. It's important. They say this is domestic disturbance going on, but watch the body cam video and more importantly, listen to the body cam video. You can hear birds chirping. Deputy knocks loudly and then steps to the side out of the view of the peephole. If it's the police knocking and you want the person inside to know you're the police at the door, why are you stepping out from in front of the peephole so they can see who it is? The deputy knocks loudly and steps to the side out of the view of the peephole. 16:31 at 18 seconds. You hear Roger's dog, Chloe, bark. 1631-41, you hear a voice. Unsure who's the voice or what it says, but you hear a voice. And then the deputy knocks again and steps to the side again in the video. Then the deputy knocks and says, "Sheriff's office, open the door." Deputy knocks again, steps back into the side again. Don't really understand what's going on. But he said, knocks again, says, "Sheriff's office, open the door." 1632 at 01 seconds, Roger begins to open the door. The deputy at 1632.02 seconds says, "Step back." You watch the video, you see Roger is complying. He's stepping back. And then the deputy executes him. 6 shots, 6 times. And it's only after he is shot that he gives a verbal command of drop the gun, drop the gun. And even while Roger Fortson, this American patriot, is on the ground, shot and dying, he is still trying to comply. He tells him it's over there. The deputy yells again, "Drop the gun." He says, "I don't have it." Deputy radio calls 312, shots fired. Suspect down, do not move. 312, get me EMS to my location. That's everything from the body cam video. Obviously, you all have the FaceTime video from his girlfriend that shows when he's on the ground, he's saying, "I can't breathe." And they're still yelling commands. Still yelling commands. I don't know if we got Kleenexes or anything. If somebody got Kleenexes. And we knew this was going to be emotional, but talking with his family, they want the record to be straight. They want the record to be straight. And so this next part is the new evidence that we're presenting to further.
How do you take 20,000 children in the middle of New York City without anybody seeing?
Show that they're not at the right apartment. They're not at the right apartment. And obviously, we think both things are important. They're not at the right apartment. And then, and within seconds of opening the front door, saying Roger, who is a licensed, registered gun owner, the police just, we believe, used excessive force and execute him. 6 shots, bam, 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 bam. And he has to pull the trigger those many times. We just think it's excessive force on top of him being at the wrong apartment. So now what you're going to hear is the radio traffic from the police officers that night that have been condensed to get rid of the stuff that is not relevant to what's going on at this apartment complex where Roger Fortson was shot and killed. And so, to the sound engineer, Ricardo, we're going to now play.
Don't have any EMS my location. Copy. 111-312 are exactly on you. Copy, please, obviously. Multiple gunshot wounds to the chest. Blackmail.
Do you have a follow for suspect? Road, blackmail, multiple gunshot wounds to the chest. SO on scene secure. They're asking that you step it up.
Engine 1, Engine 3, chief notification. Shooting 319 Racetrack Road Northwest. Blackmail with multiple gunshot wounds to the chest. SO's advising step it up. I'm responding. Echo 1401. Just one patient? For Echo 1401. Gunshot wounds in the chest, one exit wound. Contact 6 gunshot wounds.
Do we have a suspect? Search for trouble.
Engine 1 Battalion 1 are also on scene. Shows the launch, man.
6, it's going to be 4th floor. Echo 1401. Room E, Echo 1401.
11 EMS, nothing on food, clear traffic.
Thank you, Ricardo. I think that's the end. Can we go back to 53 seconds and to the media? We will provide you all with the radio traffic condensed, but the part that we feel is the crux of the matter here for these purposes, and we have it blown up thanks to Dr. Bryant's audio visual. Play the 53 seconds from
97. Don't have any further other than a male and female. It's all fourth party information through the front desk at the leasing office.
Thank you. And the reason that's very important, Eric, and why we had it blown up, is because it reiterates that it is not the right apartment where Roger Fortson is at. The dispatch officer says, don't have any further other than a male and female. It's all fourth party information from the front desk at the leasing office. That's important for two reasons. Number one, the police already know before they get there, they've been told that where the disturbance is at, there's a male and a female, and that they are getting their information from the front desk at the leasing office. And it's, as his mother and father and everybody continues to say, his girlfriend, Roger, was in his apartment by himself, FaceTiming with his girlfriend. They were not raising their voices. He was making plans for their visit for the weekend. The only people in that apartment only person in that apartment was him, and he had his dog Chloe.
Didn't I tell you all? Didn't I tell you all he was in there by himself? Now you know they were absolutely at the wrong apartment. Okay, please pay attention.
Who was present there? Eric, can we show Chloe? Because Dr. Bryant, we have gotten so many inquiries about his dog, Chloe. Maybe we can put it on the other screen too. Because you heard Chloe bark, but also, and I mean, we got so many inquiries about how is his dog doing from dog lovers all across America. because when they watch that video, they see Chloe in the video. And if we can go to the next picture, Eric, where you see that Chloe is right there when her daddy is shot. And here, Chloe is there, and we have a freeze frame of it.
Are you having trouble trying to keep up with your professor? You've got to try Otter. Here's how it works.
Okay. And if we can put it on the others, Eric, if that's possible. Okay. And so you see Chloe by Roger's leg, while Roger has his gun that he is a licensed, registered gun owner, every right to the Second Amendment as any other American citizen, and I think is probably far more qualified to be a gun owner than many. He was militarily trained to use firearms. He was highly intelligent, very respectful of authority, respected law enforcement, and you see the gun was down to his side the whole time. He never raised it. In fact, when you look at the photograph closely, you see that he doesn't even have his finger on the trigger. And when you look at the video, you see Roger step back and put his left hand up, trying to diffuse the situation. And yet, even though he's complying and stepping back, doing what the officer verbally commanded him to do. He says, step back. You see Roger stepping back. He shoots him anyway. And Chloe, his dog, is right there by his side when he is shot, and she watches her daddy shot laying on that ground. And so I know his family is thankful to everybody who's not only reaching out for their care and their concern, but also asking about his dog, who he cherished. He loved his dog, Chloe. You'll hear his sisters talk about that a little bit. But we thought it was very important to make sure that we get the information out, because oftentimes, Dr. Bryan, we've seen it far too many times when they kill people, especially Black people, unjustifiably. They have the investigation go on for months, years, without anything, where everybody forgets about him and he's swept under the rug. Well, we're not going to let them sweep Roger Fortson under the rug. And people say, oh, it's a rush to judgment. Well, what we see in our community, if we don't stand up and start fighting and saying justice for Roger and making the case, then there will be no judgment. And that's why we have to go through painstaking efforts with all these emotions from these mothers and fathers and these.
Okay, I'm going to stop right there. Now listen. All of the evidence presented has shown that they absolutely were at the wrong apartment. Someone said, why didn't they go to the leasing office? That would have made more sense than to just go to the wrong door. Okay, that woman didn't know which apartment the noise was coming from. But like I told you all over a week ago when we talked about this, that he was in that apartment by himself. So I knew the officer was at the wrong door. Okay, I knew that he was at the wrong door. This is sad. They would not have unalived a dog the way they did the dear brother. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so everyone please get the likes, so please like and share. And here's something I want to say. I don't know if you all noticed this or not, but at the end of the day, the whole situation with George Floyd, I want you all to pay attention. That has taken the steam out of protesting. The whole thing with George Floyd back in 2020 has literally taken the steam out of protesting. Why are people not in the streets protesting what happened? Why are people so quiet on this? Have you all noticed? That's because with the whole thing with George Floyd, when is the last time you've seen people protesting since then? You see, that whole thing made people more complacent. Nobody's outraged. Nobody's in an uproar. No one's taken to the streets. They completely diffused the fire that was in the hearts of many people when they would see social injustice perpetrated upon people that look like me. I want you all to pay attention. Okay? The fuse has burned out. Pearl said, Queen, why does this keep happening to only our people? We already know the answer to that, beloved, because of who we are. Because we've been demonized and vilified. True Snow TV said, Black Lives Matter effed it up. You know, I don't think so, beloved. Even if we don't have Black Lives Matter, and we know that Patrice Concoulars was clearly, you know, taking money and doing all sorts of shady things, where are the rest of the people? Where are the rest of the people? This whole thing ceased to, you know, draw attention to cases like this, ceased to have people coming out to the streets, you know, protesting and speaking out about it, holding up signs. This all stopped with George Floyd. That's my opinion. I just don't see anyone out there with that fire in their spirit like we used to see only a few short years ago when there was Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and George Floyd. You know, at the end of the day, this is all just almost being swept under the rug. Some really question the whole wrong door theory. J. Edgar Hoover, spoken of on the Messiah, documented were they in Rogers' natal chart possibly. At the end of the day, we already know that's a false narrative about the whole wrong door. That's the same thing they said about Breonna Taylor. Okay, they were at the wrong house with Breonna Taylor. They were looking for her ex-boyfriend who was already in police custody and was at another address. Did you all remember that? Because most people don't even remember that because they were so slick in changing that narrative. But I told you all because I was reporting on it heavily. Even interviewing someone that was working with the attorney that was on the case. They swept that under the rug. They were not supposed to be at Breonna Taylor's home either. What about Botham Jean? Officer goes into the wrong apartment. You mean to tell me you don't know your own apartment when you enter it and it has a bright red doormat outside of the door and you didn't realize it wasn't your apartment? This is always the case. And then they try to lie and paint these narratives. I want you all to pay attention. We the people said it sounds like COINTELPRO. It does. It literally does. Okay? It really does. Maybe the new way is to do how Ben Crump is doing now, televise the facts. That is the thing to do, beloved. That's right. So they can't hide them. Don't wait for them to present the evidence. Go and find the evidence yourself and present it. That's what Benjamin Crump is doing. Now, for those who don't like Benjamin Crump and think that he doesn't try to get justice, here's what you have to remember. And I've told you all this before. I myself used to criticize Benjamin Crump. But at the end of the day, the bottom line is this. The ones that are in charge of filing criminal charges is not Attorney Benjamin Crump. That falls on the police and the prosecutor. That falls on the prosecutor once they've obtained evidence. Okay? And they usually get their evidence from the police. And they usually go by whatever narrative the police is putting out. That's how that usually goes. Not in every case, but in many cases. So if the prosecutor doesn't want to press charges, if the prosecutor deems that it was just, the officer fearing for his safety, it's what they say that goes. And then after that, the only thing that Benjamin Crump can do is try to get justice in the form of monetary compensation. Now, quite frankly, we may not agree with how the justice is carried out because, of course, we don't. We want somebody to pay. We want somebody to be held accountable. We want someone to go to prison, in this case and in many others. But sadly, that's not always the case with people who look like me. Okay? So then we want them to pay in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And so Benjamin Crump tries to get them monetary compensation. Truth Over Everything says they were looking for the drug money at Breonna's house. Yes, they were. But they were at the wrong house too. That's the first initial report. We know what they were looking for, and they were looking for it because they were probably going to keep it. They thought the money was there also because the phone call that was made from the prison Okay, with DeMarcus, I forget his last name, DeMarcus Glover, Breonna's ex. I think that was his name. But the bottom line is, in the initial reports, they absolutely said that they went there looking for her ex-boyfriend. And at the same time they were looking for him, he was already in police custody and had been so for a few hours. And he already was at another address. They went to Breonna's address. And here's how you know that's what they did. I want you all to pay attention because I was all over this case. First of all, this case happened in Louisville, Kentucky, where I was raised and went to school. And I know many of the people there. Now, with that all being said, you know they were at the wrong house with Breonna Taylor, because one of the things they did was they later tried to they lied on the postal inspector and said that the postal inspector informed an officer that there were shady packages, suspicious packages being shipped to Breonna Taylor's address, only for the postal inspector to come out and say that's not true, that's a whole lie. So they were saying that because they were trying to make that the justification for them being at the wrong apartment, for them being at the wrong residence. And then also, let's not forget how they sat up there and then, tried to paint this whole narrative like Kenneth Walker fired upon them and that they were defending themselves when all the shots rang out. Okay? Full of crap. Full of crap. Like I told you all, let's not forget. Thank you, Simply Good. Let's not forget that I had the young man on here who was actively working on the case with the family's attorney, Samuel Aguiar, and he had a lot of information. And they were at the wrong place. They were at the wrong place, and they tried to hide that. And also, let's not forget how they covered up and tried to sweep it under the rug, the whole thing with Breonna Taylor, and we didn't find out about it. The public didn't really find out about it. Local people knew, but the majority of the public didn't even know about it until about a month later. That's because they swept it under the rug. This is all so crazy. This is all so crazy. So with that all being said, let's go on to the next topic. Like I said, condolences for this young man and his family. And also, I sincerely hope that they get justice. That officer needs to be put in jail. Okay? He needs to be on trial for taking that young man's life. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no way around it. He sat up there and lied. And why? Did he move away from the people? If someone bangs on your door with that much force and then yells out sheriff's office, and you come to the door and you look at the people and you don't see anyone there, wouldn't you be suspicious? And wouldn't you have something to protect and defend yourself just in case? Because people go around masquerading as law enforcement, and then when you open your door, they burst in and rob you. That's happened before, right here in Georgia. Okay, on several occasions that I know of myself. So with that all being said, the young man clearly feared for his life. And I want you to pay attention also to how that officer tried to lie. He did lie. He tried to paint a narrative by saying, drop the weapon. Now, mind you, he didn't ask for him to drop the weapon until after he'd already had the man on the ground, after pumping him full of 6 hot ones. And then he says, drop it, as if the man is still a threat to him in some way when he wasn't. And that's why I'm glad he was able to get out with his very last breath and say, I don't have it, it's over there. The officer was trying to paint a narrative, and I've seen them do this a myriad of times. I've seen situations where they would turn their body cam towards the sidewalk, away from the victim that they're pummeling, and then they'll yell things like, stop resisting, stop resisting. And then you hear the person saying, I'm not resisting. And they know the person isn't resisting. That's why they turn their camera. They either turn it off or have it in another direction. So I want you all to pay attention. Okay, I want you all to pay attention. At the end of the day, and let's not forget how even with Breonna Taylor, there was an illegally obtained warrant. That no-knock warrant, they lied. They got the judge to engage in shady practices for them to get it, allegedly. Truth Over Everything says no-knock warrants and criminal home invasions are exactly the same thing. How do you determine the difference? You can't. Exactly. They are the same thing, beloved, except the ones that come in the cases of the warrants are simply a gang known as the police. Known as the police. Okay? Tia of Yah says they have had the never to tell dead people to stop. They've never had to tell dead people to stop resisting, knowing the people are dead. Yeah, they'll do that. Exactly. They absolutely will keep yelling, stop resisting when you're not even doing it. And also, if they're beating you to the degree that you're writhing in pain and you're trying to put your hands where it hurts, trying to protect yourself just by covering up your body parts, you know, in different places where you're being hit or whatever, and they'll keep saying stop resisting as if now you're a threat to them, when in fact, you're just trying to protect yourself with your hands. It's like when a parent is spanking a child and they try to cover their behind or whatever, wherever, or their hand where the parent is popping them. You know what I'm saying? But this is the things they do. It's also sad. But let me continue, because I don't want to get all caught up on this, because it's really discouraging. It's really discouraging. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Now let's talk about these little elementary school kids who look like me and what happened to them. I'm going to share my screen. Everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance, beloveds.
My name is Anicia Carey. We are from Monarch Montessori, a DPS public school in Montbello.
We are here to ask for help to get our school a yurt for a classroom. Here are some reasons why we need a new classroom.
Yes. If you need space, go back to fucking Africa. Nobody wants you here.
Whoa.
All they're gonna do is burn shit down and ruin stuff. You fucking little.
Okay. You all heard that? Now, I stopped it because I didn't want them to say the N-word, because I didn't have a chance to edit this. But did y'all hear that? Now, this is what they said to elementary school kids. Okay, please pay attention. This is also egregious. Hold on. So she said, go ahead, protect the N-words. That's what the person said. Now, let me read to you what it says here. It says two black elementary school children who spoke in front of the Denver City Council earlier this week were verbally attacked by an audience member via Zoom who called them the N-word and told them to go to effing Africa. The kids were part of a chaperone group of students from Monarch Montessori School who were set to speak at the city council meeting on Monday to advocate for multiple school plans. The two young black girls, one in the 4th grade and the other in the 5th grade, are part of a student leadership committee at their school. Now I want you all to pay attention. This is all so crazy. Hold on. Hold on, I'm trying to pull up this article real quick. This is all so crazy. Likes up, everyone. Excuse me. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Let me get the name of the school real quick. Denver City Council. Okay. Okay, here it is. Now let's get into it, because this is absolutely egregious. Here's what they say. So it says that the two students, school-age children, spoke at the Denver City Council earlier this week, and they were attacked by a member of the audience. So the two girls are in 4th and 5th grade, and they're part of the student leadership committee at the school. They wanted to go before the council to promote an idea to build a yurt, which would be used for music classes and provide additional classroom space. Now, Westwood reports that less than a minute into their speech, a female-sounding voice interrupted their remarks via Zoom and launched into a racist rant that lasted for about 30 seconds as the council staff scrambled to boot the caller from the meeting. During the tirade, the caller used statements like "you effing N-words" and "you should remove the N-words," or better yet, the "yous." They brought them here. That's what she said. Now, the outburst made one girl break into tears. She had to be escorted from the podium by her teacher, while the other bravely chose to start the speech over. The words were vile, they say, as the character of a person who would actively seek to say these words to two beautiful and courageous little girls. This is what Council President Jamie Torres said in a statement issued the day after the meeting, saying these youth gathered the bravery to bring their voices to city council representatives to improve their school and community. We honor and praise these two young voices and condemn anyone who would attack them and any other member of our community. The outburst derailed the part of the meeting reserved for public comments, thwarting plans for two more Monarch Montessori students to speak about establishing safe and accessible crossing areas around the school. However, all the students were allowed to give their speeches to council members afterward in private. Now, some council members also stayed after the meeting to provide support and to speak with their families, according to a spokesperson. So Giovanni Bro, the girl's teacher, said it was painful to witness her students be subjected to such heinous behavior, saying, obviously, as a Black woman, bringing these youth here, these students to the city council and getting them so excited, it was something she was doing for the very first time. Seeing them so excited and then having to face it was excruciating. Everyone's response was jaws hitting the floor. Monarch Montessori Executive Director Laura Pretty said the school is organizing an event alongside the school board to celebrate the girl or the children for their bravery. She said, I was so proud of the girls for the work they did to prepare and to go before the city council to speak. To have something like this happen, it worries me that it could scare a young person away from engaging in democratic systems and using their voice to advocate for things that they care about. Now, City Council administrative staff is investigating the incident, which they called a breach. Staffers usually mute all members of the public who watch the council meetings through Zoom until they're called to speak. Call logs reveal the name of the person responsible for the rant was Charla Nash. But council administrators think it's a fake since it's the same, or think it's a fake name since it's the name of a woman who made headlines after being attacked by a chimp in 2009. I want you all to pay attention because, yeah, that's likely a fake name. And she used the woman being attacked by a chimp to be ironic because she's basically calling them monkeys and acting as though she's been attacked by them. Please pay attention. They're currently working to determine how the person disrupted the call and to work to enact better preventive measures. Now, that they say that they had to endure these racist actions and words in our chamber brings us pain. This is what Ms. Torres says. The Denver City Council condemns any hate speech and wants those responsible to know that it only serves to motivate us on City Council, 2 of whom are African Americans, 6 of whom are Latina, and all of whom will continue to serve proudly as anti-racist council and community members. That is very sad that someone would say such hateful things to children, okay? I hope they don't think that that made them look good or that they're proud of themselves for being so foolish. That's absolutely crazy. Please pay attention. Okay, please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, let me continue. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Also, let me say this to POP. POP, please check your emails, beloved. Please check your email because I sent you something about what goes on at 2 o'clock today. Okay, POP, that message is for you. Please check your email. All right, so with that all being said, let me continue because this is absolutely egregious and clearly nefarious. Clearly nefarious. Okay, so Skeletor said, what is the queen cooking in the kitchen using the timer on your phone? Okay, Prince of Paraphernalia said, okay, Queen, I got it. Thank you, beloved. Skeletor fan, please sit down somewhere. Okay, I'm not cooking anything. That was for my moderator, POP. That's something I need him to do All right, I had said that to remind myself. Okay, so now let's move on because it still gets even more nefarious. Okay, watch this video I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to put my overlay on the screen. But this ex-church leader got caught, busted with a 16-year-old doing things that absolutely are egregious. Please pay attention. Okay, so I'm going to put this up and then I'm going to share my screen. Let's get into it.
I can show you how to get the sweet.
On the night of July 14th, 2020.
How's it going, sir?
Hey, how are you?
Stepping out of here for me? Shut the door for me.
How's it going, man? You have any weapons on you or anything like that?
No, sir. You got ID on you?
Yes.
You have your ID on you?
No.
You don't have any ID on you?
No identification.
It's all right, sir. I'll get your name. You step over here.
Go to my car right there.
Okay.
Step over there. Just stand right there. Lean on the car for me. Put your hands on the car. Yeah, I'm just going to pat you down for weapons, okay?
Here, right here. Stand in the car. Stand in the car for me. You don't have anything on you?
No. Well, I have my phone on me.
That's fine. Just leave it there.
Are we being detained?
Yes, that's right now. You're on private property. Oh, you can put your hands on the car. Don't lean on the car. Just put your hands on the car. Put your feet. You have anything on you? No.
My phone.
Just your phone? No weapons or nothing like that. What's that? Headphones?
Yeah.
I'm just going to put them back in there.
So do we just have to leave for it?
Yeah, right now I'm going to get your information first and then we'll figure out from there. Okay.
All right, you go ahead and lean over the car for me. Turn around. Just lean on the car right there. What's your name?
Alfonso.
Alfonso. Alfonso.
Yeah.
Last name?
Joseph.
All right, what's your date of birth?
11/6/73.
All right, just stand right there for a second.
What are you guys doing? Obviously, it's kind of obvious. Who's he here?
Huh?
Who's he here?
Just a friend of this.
So, who's this guy?
A friend of mine.
Okay, how old is he?
18.
Okay.
Do you have a driver's license though?
No.
You don't have any kind of identification?
No.
Where's he live?
In the outside.
So, what's his name? What's his last name?
I don't know his last name. I always call him.
Okay. So, what are you guys doing out here?
We was just chilling. That's all.
Just chilling.
It was getting hot in the car, so I just took my shirt off.
Well, when I walked up, you were putting your shorts on.
No, my shorts. Because a lot of times, when my shorts, they get kind of stuck.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like trying to fix them.
Okay.
Because when you sit in the car, it get wet. It sometimes give you a wedge.
Okay. So, well, you see how it looks? I come up, you two are in the back seat.
Right. Because the front seat, the front seat is like far away from me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, just talking, communicating, trying to get to know him, and that was it.
But you see how it looks to me?
I got you.
You guys are in the back.
I got you.
Doing something. As soon as we turned our lights on, you started moving around real fast.
Yeah, because it's a secluded place,
Mm-hmm.
and we wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
And I understand.
There's not supposed to be anybody back here.
Oh no.
No, there's a no trespassing sign over by
I didn't
the
see
entrance
that
over
sign.
there. Wow. How long you been up here?
How long I've been out here?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 15 minutes.
Okay.
And I was just getting ready to drop him off home.
Okay.
No, no one's going to jail. I just told you it was just to be detained because you're on private property, okay? It said no trespassing sign right on the front.
Okay.
All right, you guys are in no trespassing area, okay? It's not free to go until we figure out what's going on, okay?
Where were you guys coming from?
Oh, we just come from his house.
Oh, okay.
Can I put my shirt on because of mosquitoes?
No, I'd just rather you stay out of the car for right now. Just try and smack them off.
So who is he to you?
Just a friend.
Where'd you meet him?
I met him a couple days ago, and then we wanted to meet up just to get to know him, and that was it.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing crazy,
Nothing crazy? So you met him online, you said?
No, well, not online. I met him we was in Walmart one day, and then.
So you guys just met up in Walmart? How did you guys just like face to face?
When I met him online in Walmart, then he texted me online.
So how did he get your number?
Oh.
You said he texted you. You guys met in Walmart, and then he started texting you a lot.
Yes, online.
Okay, so so you guys were just both shopping at Walmart, and
Yeah,
then you guys
yeah.
started talking in Walmart when you guys saw each other.
Right.
Okay.
I asked him a few questions. He was like, he loved this place, and he was like telling me where he came from, and I was telling him where I came from, and then that was it.
You guys exchanged phone numbers at that point, and
Yeah.
Okay. And then so what'd you do? Pick him up from his house?
Yeah.
Or?
I picked him up from his house because I worked late, so I said, well, maybe just come and talk over here.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
And I didn't know it was a no trespassing sign. I knew it was. It used to be a golf course.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it was a no trespassing sign because other than that, I wouldn't have been over.
Yeah. Okay. How old are you?
I'll be 48.
Okay. What were you guys doing?
Huh?
What were you guys doing?
We were just sitting back and talking, and I told the cop, I said, I took my shirt off because it was getting hot in the car, and then he said I was trying to fix something. I said, yeah, I was fixing my shirt because a lot of times when you sweat, your shorts get.
Well, your car's on, isn't it?
Yeah, but the AC is,
pretty new Toyota.
Yeah, it is pretty new, but sometimes it gets hot. So.
Yeah. Well, you guys have your pants down.
I didn't
you
have
don't have to
my
lie.
pants down.
I kind of figure what's going on.
I didn't have my pants down though.
So he did.
He had his pants down?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
So you're not gonna tell me what's going on? No.
That was.
If that's what you guys are doing, that's what you guys are going to do.
Right.
At some point.
Let me tell you all something. First of all, it's obvious that he's lying. The cop already saw whatever he saw. The best thing for his silly self to have done in this situation. Truth No TV said he had a G-string on. This is nefarious. Listen, here's the thing. Rather than him sitting there lying and making it worse for his ridiculous predatory self, he should have just said, I plead the fifth. Like, you don't have to sit there and answer questions on the side of the road. All you're obligated to do is tell the cops your name, give them your license, your registration, and your insurance or whatever at the end of the day. You don't have to start telling all that stuff. He's sitting there just telling lies and making a whole idiot of himself. He needs to be under the jail. Dirty freak. And at the end of the day, that kid was 16, not 18, like he sat there and lied and said. Just further digging a hole for himself. Please pay attention. This is what not to do when you're pulled over by the police and they ask you a myriad of questions. Okay, first of all, you have the right to remain silent, and they have to read you those rights before they start an interrogation. And clearly, he's an idiot.
Right.
It is what it is.
Right.
You know, he would do it all the time, but you don't need to lie.
Okay. Yeah, I was sucking him.
Okay. All right. Was he with anybody at Walmart when you met him, or is he by himself?
He was by himself. He wasn't with no one.
Does he drive or anything like that?
Not that I know of.
Guys, if you're looking to go back to school, UMGC is waiving their application fee through May 31st. They've
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and turn around, hands behind your back.
Yeah, that's some big risks.
Anything you want to know?
Yeah. Over here, the right side of my car.
What's in here that's yours?
On my slide.
Have a seat in there. Now, is there anything in the car we need to worry about?
No.
Okay. Sit tight.
You fill out a statement for us? What happened tonight? Do I have to go to like a police station to do that?
No, you can do that right here.
Right here?
Yeah.
Am I being detained?
At this time, yes.
Like I'm going to jail?
No, you're not under arrest.
Jail
You're
and
being detained.
are two different things. Okay, am I going to duty?
You're just being detained. You're not under arrest. You're not free to leave.
You're not free to go right now.
And we are going to have you get a hold of your grandparents to come pick you up.
Okay.
I'll get you a statement.
You're good. I got it. Stanford, you're good. All right. Are you willing to talk to us?
Yes.
Okay. So go over what occurred tonight.
We just came and chilled over here.
Where'd you pick him up?
From home.
And do you know where his house is?
Yeah.
Where'd you meet him again?
At home.
No, where'd you meet him? Like,
Walmart.
where'd you guys first meet?
Walmart.
Okay. How long ago was that?
Maybe 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. And then you just met and what?
And then I texted him. Well, he texted me and he wanted to talk, so we came over here to talk.
Okay. You guys just exchanged phone numbers when you guys were at Walmart, and then just started talking for the past couple weeks.
Right.
Okay. And you said he advised you to come pick him up tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. And after you picked him up, you came over here, straight over here?
Right.
Okay. What were you guys going to do after that? After you were doing what you were doing?
That was it.
Yeah, so all you were going to do, and what were you going to do after that?
I was going to drop him back off home.
Drop him off back at home?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this the first time you ever had, like, interaction with him other than in Walmart and besides
Yeah, it's the first time, yeah.
Okay. All right. So obviously we got two different stories. You said you met him today, first time you ever met him. You never met him anywhere else. Like I said, you're not in trouble. We're just trying to clarify the story.
Yeah.
You didn't meet him at Walmart a couple weeks ago?
Who?
You didn't meet him at Walmart a couple weeks ago? You're saying you just met tonight. He's saying you met 2 weeks ago at Walmart and exchanged information. And you guys been talking since. That's not what happened. So you first met him today on Tinder?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Did you know how old he was, by any chance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Joseph was charged with lewd or lascivious battery. He pleaded guilty to the charges and was sentenced to 5 years in prison with 10 years of sex offender probation after his sentence. Don't forget to leave a like, comment.
That was all nefarious. I want y'all to pay attention. Sitting there lying through his teeth. 5 years in prison. I can only imagine what happened to him while he was there. Out there in the middle of nowhere with a 16-year-old and then sitting there telling all them lies. Oh, it was hot in the car. I had to take my shirt off because it's so hot. I'm sorry. If it's hot in the car, why are you parked back here in the midst of nowhere? Okay, and the car was running. So how was it hot again? You didn't have the AC on, sir? This is a new car, the officer told him. See, the officer knew he was lying from the get-go and continued to toy with him and ask him a myriad of questions just for him to continue to lie. This is all crazy. Okay, Sandra said, have mercy. Nanny said he doesn't have AC in the car. Of course he did with his lying self. Miss J said he was caught with doing his nefarious deeds. This is all so crazy. But let's continue. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Now, for those of you who witnessed when I showed the other day Miss Jasmine Crockett going full on ghetto and roasting for filth Marjorie Taylor Greene, whom I love to call ever so affectionately Annie Get Your Guns or Annie Get Her Guns. So now she's come out and said that she regrets doing it. Why did she regret it? Jasmine, Miss Crockett, why? We all were thrilled that you did it. Okay, somebody had to do it, and the Most High chose you clearly. So let's get to it.
It kind of, frankly, caught the internet afire is when you described Greene in this request for clarification as a bleached blonde, bad-built, butch body, which I had to look at my notes to read. Any regrets about that kind of language? Especially given that you were trying to make a point, frankly, about decorum in the hearing room.
I have no regrets, and I'll tell you why. Because Marjorie Taylor Greene is the type of person that if you give her an inch, she'll take a mile. And the fact that they continue to allow her to break the rules of decorum over and over and over, whether it's the State of the Union that the president is delivering and she's wearing a MAGA hat or otherwise, the reason that she didn't have committee assignments before was because she did not know how to conduct herself as a member of Congress. And so if I just sit there and say, oh, well, Marjorie said it about me, what's to stop her to continue to do it again and again?
Really kind of, frankly, caught the internet afire is when
I'm sorry, I misread that. She said she has no regrets. She said she has none. Well, I'm glad she does because I sure don't. I absolutely loved it. Okay, I absolutely loved it. Let me change my title real quick. Because I'm absolutely here for it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. I was about to say, girl, please don't tell us you regret it. We were all beyond thrilled. It was time somebody gave her the business. So with that all being said, and mind you, the women on The View seem to have agreed with it, with her sentiments. Okay? I find it also nefarious. Now, with that all being said, let's talk about this Black woman who says that she feels like a white woman and she identifies as such. Hold on, before we get into that, let's talk about The View, what they said. The View's Joy Behar crowns Jasmine Crockett Poet Laureate of American People for alliterative trashing of Marjorie Taylor Greene video. So things got heated during a House committee hearing this week between Representatives Marjorie Taylor Greene, AOC, and Jasmine Crockett. But come Friday morning, the ladies of The View were cracking up at some of the words that were said, including Crockett's trashing of MTG. Now, during the hearing, Greene insulted Crockett, saying, "I think your fake eyelashes are messing up what you're reading." AOC was quick to jump into Crockett's defense, scorching baby girl Greene for making things personal. But Crockett made sure to eventually clap back on her own. So anyway, The View is clearly here for it, okay? They loved it. I'm going to share what they had to say about it. Hold on. I'm going to share just a bit of what they had to say about it. Likes up, everyone please like and share. You all know I don't have permission to use this, so I'm going to put up an overlay. Now, this was posted to Twitter.
Today, the House Oversight Committee, this is a good story. You're going to like this. I know it sounds boring right away because the House Oversight, but it's not. They were supposed to meet about a contempt case that Republicans want to bring against Attorney General Merrick Garland. But the topic quickly swung to the contempt they feel for each other. Watch.
Do you know what we're here for? You know we're here about AG.
I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
Order, Mr. Chairman.
That's beneath
would
even
you
order.
please
How dare you attack the physical appearance of another person?
Are your
Move
feelings hurt?
her words down.
Oh,
Girl, baby girl.
Oh, really?
Don't even play.
Baby girl?
We are gonna move and we're gonna take your words down.
I second that motion.
If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
First off, wait. I told you it wasn't boring. I told you. But I have got to give props to Jasmine Crockett.
Yeah.
She is now the poet laureate of the American beach blonde, bad built butch body. That is what you call alliteration in the grammar world. What is this, junior high or Congress? What are we dealing with here?
We're dealing
Although
with
I love AOC, don't screw around with the girl from the Bronx.
I was just about to say that. I was like, when you a Bronxite says to you, don't play, don't play in her face. That's what that was about. No, it shows just the utter dysfunction of this Congress and the waste of our taxpayer dollars. I mean, I've just never seen anything like it.
Absolutely nefarious, okay? Please pay attention. Okay, so moving right along. Now, let's talk about it. This Black woman said that she feels like a white woman. Okay, I'm going to share my screen and you all tell me what you think about it.
Myself as a Black person, I consider myself as white person. Why? Because I don't act like Black people, I don't talk like Black people, I don't sing like Black people, I don't do that stuff that Black people do. I do more stuff like white people. So I don't consider myself as a Black person. I consider myself as a white person, and that's on period point blank. I don't care what nobody says. Like, I consider myself as a white. I do not consider myself as a Black person. I consider myself as white person. Why? Because
now listen. They tagged Dr. Umar in this, okay? They tagged Dr. Umar in this, and I find it all so interesting. Then Dr. Umar dropped all of his credentials. Now, here's what I want to say about this woman. I believe she's clout chasing. I want you all to pay attention. I think this is a whole clout chase. People are doing and saying anything these days to go viral. Okay? She sounds ridiculous. Do you all remember years ago the young Black girl who was on Dr. Phil's show? And she said something very similar. and she was talking down on black folk, and then only for us to find out that it was all just a hoax, that she was just saying all of that stuff. Her and her mom agreed to it supposedly so she could go viral. Do you all remember that? Dan said he remembers. Okay, I think that's exactly what she's trying to replicate. I think she's doing the same thing, just trying to go viral. Girl, please sit down. You look and sound ridiculous. Okay, you look and sound ridiculous. And at the end of the day, I mean, I understand people wanting to go viral, but there are some things that you absolutely should just keep to yourself. Also ridiculous. But now let's talk about Kel Mitchell. Because if you all didn't see the interview that Kel Mitchell did on Club Shay Shay, go check it out because I enjoyed it. But here's what his ex-wife had to come out and say. Please pay attention. She came out and spoke on it because she didn't like what he had to say about her. Okay, we the people said, I remember that queen. Okay. Alberta said, yes, had blonde hair and a pink dress. Yes. Okay, so here we go.
So, Kel, who is this person that was pregnant? Because it was not me. Like, who was this? And then other thing is, like, how do you remember all these pregnancies, but you don't remember your kids for like years? Like, I don't even know, 13, I don't know, 14. And then how do you remember all these pregnancies, but you don't remember Nick, you know, in my cheerleading outfit, right? Like, how does your memory work exactly? Because you remember lots of things about me from a long time ago, and it just kind of odd, like how your memory works. Like, you don't remember, I don't know, do you remember your daughter in a car accident? You remember your son losing his tooth? You remember taking your kids' money? Do you remember being completely... So, Kel, who is...
Okay, I'm going to chalk that up to her clout chasing as per usual. That's my opinion. Timber Dan said, I thought you were talking about Candace Owens. Not this time. I know you thought I was when I said it was a person who looks like me, a woman who looks like me, and who wants to be white. Yeah, that does sound like Candace. Okay, thank you, Dan, for your contribution to the channel. Also, thank you, Sandra, for your contribution, beloved. Peace, love, and blessings to you. Now, here's the thing. Speaking of Candace, Dan, I have had dreams about her for the past 2 nights. And I'm like, why am I having dreams, crazy dreams about Candace? I don't know if something's about to happen to her, she's about to do or say something crazy, I don't know. But I've had dreams about Candace for the past 2 nights, and I want you all to pay attention. Okay? Sweet D said, I bet white people don't see you as one of them, Goofy. And nor should they. And nor should they. All right? She sounds real crazy. And at the end of the day, we don't see her as one of us either. Now that she said something so ridiculous. But let me continue. Now let's talk about Sinbad. And I want you all to pay attention to what Sinbad says when he talks about having that stroke. Because for those of you who follow my spiritual channel, you already know that I have talked to you about exactly what he's about to say. I've talked to you a myriad of times about how words have power and how you must be careful of what you say.
For me to come out tonight, even if we will walk with that staff, I feel good that I can do that because the left side of my body was affected. My left hand, my left leg just quit. Be careful what you talk about. Remember I did my joke about having a stroke? Yeah, be careful what you talk about because you bring it to fruition. Thank God I did have the woman I talked about, the strong woman who loved me. Come tell you something about a stroke. This is your marriage vows, better or worse, in good health, bad health, rich or poor. This is when you find out what kind of person you got that loves you. Because I know some of the dumb stuff I did during my marriage. I know some days when I'm in this wheelchair at the top of the steps, I know you have been thinking, I know what you did. Let's take a ride. I depend on this woman for my total survival, and thank God for it. So I want to say thank you We're talking to from 20 to
Be careful of how you treat people because you never know when you're going to really, really need them and have to lean on them, okay, for your very survival, just like he said. But he also talked about the power of words, how he said that joke about having a stroke, and he said it numerous of times. He told that joke. And I want you all to pay attention because I've also told you that just because you say something once, that's not, it's going to make something manifest. If that were the case, we'd all be messed up with some of the things that we say out of our mouths that we don't even mean, especially things we say out of anger. But when you say something consistently, when you say something repetitively, you can absolutely create a reality of exactly what you said. Okay? That's why my son writes music. And early on, when my son first started rapping, you know, I told him, don't write songs about death, about yourself dying and things like that, because you keep saying those things and you can manifest it. All right, so with that all being said, shout out to Sinbad and his wife and beautiful family, and hopefully he'll have a full recovery at some point to where he can walk again. Okay, so let's talk about this. Now, this is nefarious. So a woman is upset. I want you all to pay attention because we just had a story about this about a week or so ago. Remember the teacher who allowed the students to help take his braids loose? And then he got fired, unfortunately. So now they have a woman complaining about how she sent her child to school and the child came home with a whole different hairstyle. Okay, so let's get into it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance.
Mother upset about sending her child to school with one hairstyle, only for her to return home with another hairstyle done by her pre-K teacher. And Newsletter 9's Catrice Nolan joins us live near that daycare school with more on why the local mom is so outraged. So Catrice, what did she tell you?
Well, Jason, here at Child Care Network, little London is in one of the pre-K classes. She says she and her mom started their hair lock journey about a month ago. But she says when she dropped off London, her hair was in her locks. But when she came back to pick her up, her hair was totally different. This is 4-year-old London Varlak, a pre-K student at Child Care Network on Warm Springs Road. This is the day she and her mom started her hair lock journey.
Went and got her hair washed. It was detangled, conditioned. The locks were started and blow dried the whole 9.
It's a service she paid $150 for on April 14th. And 3 weeks later, she went to school like this, but her mom says her child walked out of school looking like this.
And Monday on May the 6th, I go to pick her up from the daycare and I noticed there's a little child that looks like my child whose hair is braided.
Only it wasn't another child. It was London with a new hairstyle not approved by her mother.
Why would you comb out 32 locks out of a child's hair to sit down and braid them tight and sit and part her hair and do all this other stuff during school hours, and you didn't call me? And her literal response was, I just didn't.
She says that answer isn't enough for her. We spoke to a loctician, someone who specializes in styling locks.
It's very disrespectful because she did not have the parents' permission to do it. The mother spent money on this service, and she crossed the line. She went overboard. She should have consulted with the parent, and more than anything, it wasn't her place.
The mom says she had to take her daughter to an urgent care after noticing some scalp irritation, possibly from the tight braids. The loctician we spoke with says that's a concern when removing locks and braiding instead.
So here we are. And now there's an inflammation or something going on with the baby's head. And again, all of this could have been avoided if she would have just made a phone call to the parent.
A mother upset about
I don't know where some people get off putting their hands in other people's children's hair. What was she thinking? If the woman put locks in that child's hair, that's what you wanted her to have. Who are you to take it loose and then you're going to sit there and braid it all tight? You could tell it was braided pretty tight. Okay? And that's likely why she has the scalp inflammation. Okay? She's probably heavy-handed. Who told her to do that? And what is her point? You're going to take down locks to put in braids? How does that even make sense? Twisted Logic says she needs to pay her back the $150. Yeah, she needs to pay more than that. She needs to pay for that child's pain and suffering, and she needs to be fired. Because first of all, if you're supposed to be watching kids, how do you have time to sit there and braid that little girl's hair and all of that? I know it probably took her at least 30 minutes to an hour. That had to have taken her at least 30 minutes to an hour. So how did she have time to do that? All right, was she doing her job at the same time? Because I don't think she was. RG Titan said the teacher's out of order. Queen Sam said pay the mother and be fired. Absolutely. And then for her to just, so callously say when asked about it by the mother, I just didn't. What? Honey, I'm sorry. These new people have clearly lost their minds, okay? These new people are something else. But I want you all to pay attention to this, because one of them, this new generation wants to go out here and have kids out of wedlock and not, be able to do everything they need to do for them. And then when they have something to do and their other half doesn't want to help them with the responsibilities, then they want to try to dump them on grandparents. Honey, grandparents don't have time for it. Grandparents are living their golden years and they're trying to live their best life. They don't have time to sit there and take care of kids that you created. Okay, that's what you chose to do, not them. They've raised their kids already. But I want you all to watch this video. I want you all to watch this next video because they thought they were about to drop these kids off at the grandparents' house and they were in for a rude awakening. The grandparents told them, honey, not today. All right, please pay attention.
We ain't did that.
He gonna get him.
He'll get him, and you got
But
to
he only gets them when it's convenient for him.
Well, then that's what you got to deal with, not us.
I'm sorry, baby. I can't.
We can't deal with that.
We can't. I'm so
We
sorry.
already got one in here. And you're not finna bring two babies in here.
I can't do it. I just, Lord, no, my heart won't allow me to do it.
I'm sick. My wife is sick. I'm getting blood transfusions.
I can't do it.
See, I don't know.
But I'm telling you.
But he'll get them.
He'll get the kids.
Can you tell them their daddy not here because they don't understand they kids?
Well, you gonna have to deal with your kids.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but I can't.
You can't do us like this.
I can't.
You can't do us
Wait
like
on
this.
Justin.
You wait on JD, and JD get his kids.
This is ghetto. I feel like I'm a teen mom or something. Like, he need his own transportation.
Look. But then you have them. But then you have them get transportation in. I can't do that. I can't do it.
I gotta go.
All right.
Tell them daddy's not here.
Bye, baby. Bye.
Can you tell them that daddy not?
Daddy get you. Daddy come get you. I'll make sure he come get you. And he'll carry you to his house. Hey, kid. All right, bye-bye.
Okay, we gotta go.
Bye-bye.
Someone posted, this is why I'd rather not bring my kids around the daddy side of the family. This my girl's grandma and granddad. Look at my girl's face. Why have me bring our girls to a house where they're not wanted? This is heartbreaking. Rather than do this parenting stuff by myself, I'm a mama and daddy. I will never make them feel unloved and unwanted.
Peace, family. This is your brother King Cam, and the one thing that came to my mind as I listened to this video is the self-improvement study guides from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Self-improvement, the basis for community development. Dealing with self, nobody else. The minister says it is not enough that we grow hard.
Okay, shout out to King Cam. Now, with that all been said, let me tell y'all something. These grandparents don't owe her anything. Now, she's sitting there trying to act like they don't want them at the house. That's not the point. They don't want to babysit your kids. They don't want to babysit your kids. Now, that baby daddy may be sorry, may not want to take the kids until he feels like it, but guess what? You picked him. You picked him. And if he doesn't have a car and can't come get them or whatever, you picked him. Just remember that. The grandparents don't owe you anything. And here's the thing. Where's her parents? She didn't take him to her parents. She brought him to his. As if they're responsible for their son's actions. They're not. Okay, they're not. And she wants to go there and criticize them. But where's her parents at? Why should she take him to her own parents? Because likely they'd say the same thing. So don't sit there and try to act like, oh, this is why I don't want to bring them to his side of the family because they make my children feel unwanted. This and that. They're not trying to make them feel unwanted. They're trying to let you know that this is your problem. That you brought this on yourself because before you had children with that man, not one, but two, Before you had children with that man, you knew what kind of person he was. And after you had the first one and saw how he was or wasn't doing what he was supposed to do for that one, then you chose to have another one, unless they're twins, which I don't think they were. But at the end of the day, she needs to sit down somewhere. Girl, you're going to try to come over there and guilt trip the grandparents. Those are elders. They have better things to do. Okay? After people have raised their own children, they're no way entitled, or, it's not their responsibility to raise other people's children because they don't want to do it themselves or because the absentee parent is not helping them. I'm sorry. You made your bed, so lie in it. That's all I'm saying. Okay? So all I'm saying is lie in it, okay? I had my sons young too, but I took care of them. I wasn't going to drop them off at grandparents' house and this, that, and the third. I wasn't doing any of that. Took care of my kids and so did their father. So at the end of the day, if you have a father who doesn't want to take care of their kids, young ladies, please pay attention. Just know that this is no one's fault but your own because you chose them. And the same thing goes for men who have these sorry baby moms who don't want to do what they're doing for their children. You brought it on yourselves. Okay? You brought it on yourselves. Queen Ahmadiyyah said they did their time. Absolutely. All right. They've raised their kids. They don't owe you anything. Please don't try to put that in the heads of your children and tell them, and I hope she doesn't do this, try to make them feel like the grandparents didn't care about them and then tries to withhold them from the grandparents out of spite because they wouldn't do something she wanted them to do when she wanted them to do it. Because that's how some of these women do too. Okay, that's how some of these women do. They don't need a reason they didn't give birth to them. Exactly. So, and then she's bringing little kids, toddlers. Honey, I don't want to be bothered with toddlers all day either. Sorry, not sorry. With that all being said, my work here is done. Everyone, please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Also, don't forget that I'm going to be live at 7 p.m. with legal expert Gavin Richard. Okay? And we're going to be talking about, hold on, let me just pull up this link. Let me drop this link. We're going to be talking about Diddy's case and where it's going, okay? What's coming down the pike. So with that all being said, here we go. Okay, here's the link. 7 o'clock. There you go. All right, so anyway, I love you all to life. I hope you enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Until next time, peace. Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin? God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got